Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk about Jackbox Party Pack 8. And I always instantly buy every single Jackbox game as soon as they come out because I absolutely love these types of games. I play them with friends, family, and on my streams with viewers, which you totally should check out, by the way. And the newest game, Jackbox Party Pack 8, is another fantastic entry in the franchise. It has a great mix of drawing, quiz-taking, joke-making, and social deception. And so I want to go over each game in this pack and tell you what I like or don't like from each one. The first game is Drawful Animate. This is pretty much just Drawful, but with an added gimmick of all of your drawings having 2 frames that it rotates between to make it look like your pictures are animated. You're tasked with a prompt that you have to draw, and everyone then has to guess what the original drawing was. I think this is my new favorite version of Drawful, simply because the animations do make it a little bit more fun, but I wish that there were more options like an undo button or different brush sizes, as the drawing can be a little bit limited by the tools that you have. The next game in the pack is the Wheel of Enormous Proportions. It's one of my new favorite trivia games in all of Jackbox. It is a completely absurd and very RNG heavy quiz game, but if you're not taking the game too seriously, it's one of the most fun Jackbox games I have ever played. And the first thing everyone is tasked to do is write a question in life that they would love to have answered. Then it's just a normal sort of trivia game, except you're choosing which answers are correct in a big list of possible answers most of the time. And you're constantly being awarded these point slot things, and whoever wins the last question gets a massive advantage in the next round. You're then shown this giant wheel, and everyone can place their point slots on various different sections of the wheel. Players then take turns spinning the wheel, and whoever it lands on gets a ton of points. There's also some crazy random RNG stuff that can happen, like switching 2 players' point totals completely and other things like that. And that's what I absolutely love about this game. It's balls to the wall, and as long as you're not taking it seriously, it is the most hilarious thing on the planet. And whenever you get to 20,000 points, you're allowed to spin a wheel that will potentially just allow you to win the game instantly. And you just play until, someone gets 20,000 points and then actually gets the, instant win on the wheel that they spin. And then that player does one final spin on the question that they were asking at the beginning of the game to make for some hilarious moments. And like I said earlier, this is one of my new favorite quiz games in all of Jackbox. If you play it fully acknowledging that RNG is going to happen and try not to get annoyed by that, it is so much fun. And because most of the questions you can get partial credit on, it makes you feel like you're always making progress, whereas some of the other trivia games, if you get a bunch of losses in a row, it kind of feels a little bit bad. This is easily one of my new all-time favorites in all of Jackbox. The next game in the pack is Job, and it's kind of like Quiplash, except it's themed around multiple players going through a job interview and having to answer interview questions. Every player is tasked with answering a question you might typically find on a job interview, and then the game scrambles all the words used in those answers together and has each player use those words to create funny answers to random prompts, and everyone then votes on whose answer was better. It's pretty unique, but honestly, after the first couple times playing this game, I think I still prefer Quiplash for the type of funny answer game, that this kind of is. There's nothing wrong with that, I just don't think it has the most replayability ever compared to, say, Quiplash. The next game is Poll Mine, and this one is actually pretty freaking cool. It splits all the players into 2 different teams, and then it constantly gives each player polls, like what's your favorite piece in Chex Mix or other random topics. Each team then takes turn trying to guess what the top answers are or bottom answers are, depending on what the game asks you to do. It gives me big Family Feud vibes, and honestly, I don't think there was a Jackbox game like this before, so I think it fills a huge slot in, the Jackbox library. I still haven't played this game with people in real life, I've only played it on stream with viewers, so I still haven't experienced it fully because I think a big part of it is reading the room and kind of trying to predict what your friends will respond to, but either way, this is easily one of my favorites in the pack, and I think it'll be a classic that I revisit over and over. And the last game in the pack is Weapons Drawn. It's the main social deception game in the pack, and it tries to do something unique from other social deception games, including previous ones they've made. Instead of having most people be innocent and having some people be traitors or killers, in this game, every player is both a murderer and a detective. Everyone has a letter that's in their username that they have to hide in drawings that they make. You then have to try killing each other's guests and guessing who killed who by examining everyone's drawings and trying to find those hidden letters. This is a game like a lot of other social deception games that are a bit more involved than the normal, just Jackbox games, and I was confused a little bit at first, but I think the more I play it, especially with people in real life, it will grow on me. The one thing I really like about this game compared to other Jackbox social deception games is that there's not a huge pressure to try and hide you're the traitor or the killer for the entire game. The game is more point-based as everyone is a murderer and a detective, so I think it's better for playing with more casual groups that might not like full-on social deception games like push the button, but they do still want, a little bit of social deception. And so overall, I would say I really like every game in the pack, but if I had to order them from my most favorite to least favorite, I'd probably say the first would be Wheel of Enormous Proportions, then Pole Mine, then Drawful Animate, and then probably a tie between Weapons, Drawn, and Job. I think this is a fantastic addition to the Jackbox library and proves to me, at least like each other game in the franchise, that the developers are still able to keep producing amazing games in the franchise even after 8 straight years of releasing games yearly. If you are as big of a Jackbox fan as I am, then this is a must buy. And if you're wanting to see gameplay of me playing the game with my viewers, definitely check out my Let's Play series and consider following me on Twitch as I frequently play Jackbox games with viewers. And if you're going to be playing some Jackbox on your own, then I wish you guys luck and see you all next time.